Thought for the day for March the 26th. My Father, He taught me. Today's readings are Numbers chapter 7, Proverbs chapter 4, Luke chapter 18. Today's fourth chapter of Solomon's Proverbs alerts us to the responsibility of fathers. It starts, "Hear, O sons, a father's instruction, and be attentive." It is clear that David, the father of Solomon, had seen in him a responsive spirit and taught him the ways of God. This led David to name Solomon as his successor. See 1 Kings chapter 1, verses 13, 17, and 28 to 30. Despite the efforts of other and older sons to claim the kingship as David was about to die, he made it clear that Solomon was to be his successor. Solomon writes, "When I was a son with my father, he taught me, and said to me, 'Let your heart hold fast to my words, keep my commandments, and live. Get wisdom, get insight, do not turn away from the words of my mouth.'" Verses 3 to 5. Solomon goes on to write advice to his son. "Hear, my son, accept my words, that the years of your life may be many. I have taught you the way of wisdom. I have led you in the paths of uprightness. When you walk, your step will not be hampered, and if you run, you will not stumble. Keep hold of instruction. Do not let go. Guard her, for she is your life." Verses 10 to 13. But Solomon's son, Rehoboam, did not listen so as to remember his father's words. They did not stay in his heart, and we read of the tragedy of his lack of wisdom when he succeeded his father. In 2 Chronicles chapter 10, verses 8 to 13, rejecting wise counsel. This is reflected in Proverbs chapter 1, verses 25 and 26, where wisdom is pictured as saying, "Because you have ignored all my counsel, and would have none of my reproof, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when terror strikes you." We see these words as also having a final application in our days, as the whole world seems to ignore God's counsel, despite his word being available in every language. Solomon writes in chapter 15, "The eyes of the Lord are in every place, keeping watch on the evil and on the good. A gentle tongue is a tree of life. Whoever heeds reproof is prudent." Verses 3 to 5. Let us heed God's word. Finally, we noted the words of Jesus about the ones that God draws to him, "And I will raise them up at the last day. It is written in the prophets, and they will all be taught by God. Everyone who has heard and learned from the Father comes to me." John chapter 6, verses 44 and 45. Have we learned? Let us be taught from God's word. We hope you found this message from the Bible helpful and thought-provoking. We believe the Bible is God's word, and as it says, a lamp to our path and a light to our feet. Join us again tomorrow when we open its pages for another Thought for the Day.